Hi guys, so I am 12 weeks and 4 days today. So I feel like I have a lot to update on because it's been like a week and a half since I updated you guys. So I don't know where to start. Okay, I guess I will start with the things that I've done this week. For example, I've taken a few gender tests. I took IntelliGender, which if you haven't watched that video, then go ahead and watch that. I'll put a link right here. And the result of that one was our first boy result, because all of the old wives' tales so far have said girl. And I'm actually going to make a separate video, probably like around 13 or 14 weeks, doing all the old wives' gender predictors. And again, this is just for fun, purely for fun. I like to compare my past pregnancies with this pregnancy, and I like to see which things are right for which people, and I don't know, I just think it's super fun to do, and it just passes the time. I mean, like, why not? It's not going to hurt anything, you know? So I am going to talk about like the Chinese gender chart and all those kinds of things in that video, because people were asking me if I was going to do a bunch of other things, and they will all be in that video. So, but yes, I did IntelliGender, and IntelliGender said we were having a boy. And we also did the cabbage test, and I kind of explained how to do it. I have no idea, like, I think it's like the pH in your urine is probably what it measures. Obviously the accuracy of it is debatable, but the cabbage test said we were having a girl along with the baking soda test. So right now, just from like the various urine tests, apparently the pH in my urine is pretty acidic, because usually that means girl. So obviously your urine pretty much has nothing to do with gender. It's just like pure 50-50 just for fun. Other things that happened this week is I bought my first pair of maternity jeans, and I really wanted to get shorts, but they just don't have a wide variety of cute maternity shorts that like fit well. I went to Kohl's because motherhood maternity is so expensive, and I found that Kohl's isn't that far behind either, but I had a gift card for there, so I thought, why not, and I might as well try. So I found one cute pair of jeans. The problem is it is so hot here right now, I can't wear them, so I'm still stuck wearing my shorts that don't fit. Also this week, I talked about in my last video about how we were unsure if we were going to do the NT scan. After talking over with my midwife, and there was someone, I don't know who it was, someone made a comment under my video talking about how if there were some kind of abnormality with the baby, it could make a home birth kind of a risk, and that kind of is what made me make my decision, because I don't want a home birth to put any risk to me and the baby at all. So obviously if there was something that I know that was wrong with the baby, then obviously delivering in a hospital would probably be the best situation. So I decided to go ahead and do the NT scan. So I had that done 2 days ago. So I was 12 weeks and 2 days. And part of the ultrasound was also to, since I was getting the ultrasound anyway, my midwife told them to go ahead and date the baby, because as you guys have known, my due date has changed back and forth several times. So originally, I thought that I conceived around June 2nd, which would put me at what I thought was 12 weeks and 2 days at the time of the ultrasound. Then I had an ultrasound. If you've been following me, you know what I'm talking about. I had an ultrasound a few weeks later, and the lady dated the baby a week earlier than I thought, or no, a week later than I thought I was. So on Tuesday, that would have put me at 11 weeks and 2 days instead of 12 weeks and 2 days, because she measured me a week behind what I thought it was. So the guy went ahead and measured everything. On Tuesday, I would either be around 11 weeks or around 12 weeks. So he measured the baby, and sure enough, I was exactly 12 weeks and 2 days, which means the dates that I had were right all along, just like I thought. So my due date is officially back to February 23rd of 2014, so it's so exciting. And I am actually happier with that, because the further away from the boy's birthday, the better, because I'm not a fan of having like a bunch of birthdays really close together. So the further I can have from the boys, the better. Just so they have like their own month, their birth month. So I really hope that this baby's gonna be born in February. I know that there's a huge possibility that I could go overdue and go into March, especially since February is a short month. But I'm hoping that I will have this baby in February. That way it could just be this baby's birth month, and then the boys will be March, and then Lily will be June. So that's good that the due date is moved back to February 23rd. That being said, I do have ultrasound pictures that I am going to show you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the cute ones first. And if you guys have heard of the nub theory, Somebody commented underneath one of my videos telling me to look up the nub theory before I got the ultrasound, and I did, and I'm glad I did because I asked the ultrasound tech, and he was like amazing. He was really funny, and he was just going along with everything we were saying, and I asked him to get me a nub shot, and he was like, sure, yeah, I'll totally. So let me show you the cute pictures first, and then I'll talk about that. So here's our baby. So you can see that's his or her head, and then there's the hand right there. So you can see. And then he actually switched over to 3D. I have never ever had an ultrasound tech, like if I was getting an ultrasound for some medical reason, I've never had them switch over to 3D. I've only ever had the 3Ds like at like Pika Baby where you pay for them. So he switched over for a split second, and I wish he got the first picture because it was so cute. This is the picture that he got, and it's still super cute. And these 3D ultrasounds kind of freak me out, especially this early. But it's always cute when it's your own baby, right? So, but the first time he switched over, it was like face on. So it was like, you could see the whole front of them. And the baby had its hand up like this, and it was like stretching like this. And I noticed that it was very, and I know it's only a 12-week fetus, but I noticed that it was very like sharp and, what is the word? Kind of like spaz-ish, I guess you could say. Like Caden, because Caden is very much a spaz. He's very like, jerky, like, I really can't explain it. You just have to like know Caden to know. But I explained this when I was pregnant with him, and he still to this day has the same personality. He's very stiff and just like bah, bah, bah. That really reminded me of Caden when the baby started like jerking around, and he was all chur, 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 chur. We had the heart rate, so you can kind of see that's the heart that they're measuring, and that's the heartbeat down there. And the heartbeat was 167, which again is really high. I think the boys at this stage was around, I want to say it was around 117. I'll have to go back and check. Lilia's was around 152. So this one's 167, and I know that they're all different. Again, people try to say you can base gender off of heart rate, but I don't know if there's any medical evidence behind that. Probably not, because I've heard several people say that their son's heart rate was really high and the daughter's was really low. So anyway, it was a perfect, strong heartbeat, and that is all that matters. So here's another face shot. So the little hand is open. So cute. And then here's more of a body shot, and then another body shot. And then he got us this picture. So if you can see, if you're familiar with the nub theory, then you know what you're looking for, but that right there is a nub. At 12 weeks, all babies have what they call a nub. So if it's a boy, then it's their penis, and if it's a girl, then it's their clitoris, and it's gonna go into their vagina. So the theory behind this is that if it's pointed more up, they say if it's at a 30-degree angle, you should just Google it. Like there's pictures all over Google nub theory, and there's examples all over. But if you know what I'm talking about, like the spine and the nub, if it's a 30-degree angle or more, they say it's a boy. And if it's under 30 degrees or more parallel to the spine, supposedly it's a girl. So this is right for a lot of people, but not everybody. So I was really curious to see what this one would turn out to be. So as you can see in this picture, he actually measured the angle for me, and it came out to 21 degrees. So I was actually really impressed. Like he was totally on board. He was like, this nub theory is not accurate at all. Just so you know, I'm not even gonna make a guess. He was saying that, the ultrasound tech was saying that. He's like, it's not accurate, but I agree, it is fun. So he went ahead and measured the angle for me, which I didn't ask, but he just like totally did it anyway. And he was just hilarious. He was really funny. So I really hope I get to go back to him for my anatomy scan. But let me know what you guys think this angle is, because I can't even make a guess. Like I looked up the nub theory so much before I went into that ultrasound, and I couldn't even make a guess. It's just so iffy, because it could totally rise to be a boy, but on the other hand, it is pretty parallel, and it could be a girl too. So I can't even make a guess. So let me know what your guys' guess is, because it is more parallel right now, but it can always change. So that being said, I have had a ton of people ask me if I wanted a girl or a boy, and I think I talked about this before, and I've thought more about it now, and this is the way that I see it. I would love to have like the perfect 2-girl, 2-boy ratio, but on the other hand, I would love to have Lilia be our only princess forever. So really, I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. I would absolutely love having another boy, and I would absolutely love having another girl. So on the subject of gender, we are going to find out what we're having on September 14th, which would put us at 16 weeks and 6 days. I have always waited until the 18th week to find out what I'm having. But my cousin, who I'm very, very close with, she's going back to college that following week. So if I wanted her to come at all, that would be the only week that I could do it. So I'll be almost 17 weeks. So I'm thinking it's not going to be a problem. Let me know when you found out the gender of your baby. And if it was accurate, because the only thing that scares me a little bit is I know that the earlier you do the gender determination, the harder it can be to really tell. Let me know when you found out what you were having. Was it a boy or a girl, and did it come out a boy or a girl? So the way that we're going to do the gender this time is I am going to have a gender reveal party. So I'm so excited about that because it's our last baby, and it's just everything is like we're just going all out this time because our last one, might as well, why not? I know that there's different ways you can do a gender reveal party. A lot of people do the cake and a lot of people do the balloons, and there's different ways you can do it. I think I'm leaning more towards the balloons because for one, it's like, I don't know, it's just like, oh, it's a boy, it's a girl, and then it's like, oh, we're all happy, and it like makes a perfect picture. And sometimes it can be hard if you're cutting the cake to like see it right away, and then I'll see it before anybody else sees it. So I think we're leaning more towards the balloons. If you have any other ideas, let me know. Also, another thing that has happened this week, which makes me kind of sad, is that Kyson has weaned himself officially, fully weaned himself. On Sunday, this last Sunday, I think it was the 11th, out of nowhere, because I mean, he was nursing just fine, like regular, several times a day. He didn't just like start weaning himself slowly, like all of a sudden on Sunday, he latched on to nurse. And he gagged. Like he took just 1 second, he just like gagged, and he was like, what is that? Like that was the look on his face. And he tried again, and he was not interested, so we gave him some almond milk instead. And he tried again and again and again that day, and he kept asking for it. He kept asking for nanas, 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 and he would latch on and gag. So I'm assuming that the taste of my milk changed. But Caden hasn't been affected at all by it. So I know that some babies can just tolerate it more than other babies, and Kyson does seem like one that likes stuff his way, so if it changed, he does seem like someone who wouldn't be able to tolerate it as much. So he has officially weaned himself. Ever since that one time he tried to latch on, he has not nursed since. So it's been a good 5 days, I think. Today's Thursday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's been a good 4 or 5 days since he's nursed at all. And he doesn't ask for it anymore. He asked for it for like the first day. He would just ask, and I'd try to give it to him, and he'd say no, and then I'd just give him milk. So he's been just taking his almond milk, which we've been giving to him for a while, so he is familiar with the taste, so it's not like a big burden on him, like it hasn't affected him in a negative way. It's just like he went to nurse for it, and he was kind of like, what the heck is this? And then he stopped. But I mean, Caden, he's nursing a little bit less, but he's still nursing a good 4 or 5 times a day, so it hasn't affected Caden at all. So it makes me sad though, because he's like, I don't know, he's like a big boy now. Also, the other thing this week is I think I am feeling movement. Flutters, teeny tiny little flutters, not on the outside, only on the inside. And the only reason I think that it's flutters and not like gas or something is because it's consistent every single night. It's like when I stop moving, if I go to lay down, I'll feel them way down low, which I'm sure is where the baby is right now. And it's just little flutters, little flutters, little flutters, just like a little butterfly. So I don't know, I think I might be feeling the baby move. And I think I swore that I felt the twins move at 11 weeks. So if I was, then I mean that it would totally be possible. And I think I felt Lilia, which is my first baby, and it's harder to feel the first baby just because you don't know what to feel for and all that stuff. But I felt her at 15 weeks. So I'm almost 13 weeks, so it's probably what it is. It's really exciting because I could feel the baby move now. I'm starting to feel really pregnant. With all of my other pregnancies, I would feel less pregnant in the morning and more pregnant at night. For some reason with this pregnancy, I always feel really pregnant in the morning and not as much pregnant at night. So I don't know, explain that. I have been weighing myself every single day, and I am back up to 130, so I am gaining weight like I'm supposed to be now. So that's good because I did lose a few pounds in the first trimester, but now as I'm creeping into the second trimester, I should be putting those back on, and it seems like so far I am. I'm not as nauseous as I have been. It's been a lot better. I'm still nauseous when I get hungry, and I'll gag a few times a day, but it's still not like nearly as bad as it was before. So I think that is pretty much all for my symptoms. Also, I keep saying that I'm gonna measure, and I keep losing my dang measuring tape, mostly because my kids think it's like the coolest thing in the world, so they like take it off and take off with it and play with it, and I keep losing it. So I'm just gonna go buy a new one, I think, and let them play with that one and just get a new one. So I don't have a measuring tape this week. I'll try to remember to either find it or get a new one for next week. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my 12-week belly. So this is a flowy shirt, so obviously you can't really see much. Here's with the shirt up. So you can see I'm starting to fill out more down here, because at first it was just all up here. Now it seems like down here it's starting to kind of even out. And it seems like this is starting to firm up, and I'm thinking that's because my stomach is starting to grow and the skin isn't as loose because something's like filling it in. Also this week, I have started putting coconut oil on my stomach, because that's what I used to get rid of the stretch marks of the boys, and I heard that it was actually really good for your elasticity in general. So I have not been using cocoa butter or any kind of special stretch mark cream. I've just been using coconut oil. So yeah, let me know if there's anything I missed. I feel like there's something that I'm missing. So follow me on Instagram for daily pictures. I update on there more than anywhere else. I'll put a link down below, or my name down below. And follow me on Facebook. I update on there a lot too. And other than that, I will talk to you guys for my next update. Bye!